In this video, we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite carpeting plants for the dry start method. We'll also go through some basics about these plants so that you can start your carpet. Check it out. Welcome to another video. This is an aquarium channel, so if you want to learn more about aquariums and get more information about doing aquascapes and planet tanks and stuff like that, and you're new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification icon. So I get this question a lot: what carpeting plants can I use with the dry start method? Now you have tons of choices out there of carpeting plants that can be grown immersed. If you ask me, here's my top 5 carpeting plants for the dry start method. And an honorable mention which you may or may not be surprised about. Remember, these are based on my own experience, so here we go. So number 5 on my list, Colosus alantininoides. This is one of the favorites among the planet tank enthusiasts. Originating from Australia, this is kind of an alternative to HC, or rather dwarf baby tears. And the leaves on the carpeting plant are a little larger than dwarf baby tears. But you can get a gorgeous green lush carpeting with this carpeting plant. Unfortunately, it does take a lot of highlighting and a lot of CO2 to grow. It grows to about an inch, 2 inches after 3 months of growth. And this is one of the carpeting plants that I do suggest you try if you want to try something challenging and demanding. Number 4 on my list, one of my favorites is Styrene repens. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's the way I'm going to pronounce it. This is actually classified as a stem plant, but if you trim it correctly, it can grow into a lush carpet. Hailing from South America, this plant can grow up from 1 inch to 4 inches in about 3 months growth time. The demands to grow this plant is actually pretty good. Low lighting, low CO2, and it will grow, which is why it makes it such a great carpeting plant for the planet tank enthusiasts. And I can tell you from experience, in a high light, high CO2, high fertilized tank, this stuff grows out of control. Number 3 on my list, dwarf hairgrass. Iliocharis porvila. Dwarf hairgrass. Dwarf hairgrass is another popular choice for the planet tank enthusiasts. Grows in low light, grows in low CO2, and is basically shaped like grass. So if you literally want to grow a lawn in your aquarium, this would be your best bet. Now, this stuff comes from all over in various countries of the world. Left to its own devices, it could grow from 4 to 6 inches in 3 months growth period. Now, depending how you trim it, could be a nice uniform lawn, or it could go wild like Doc Brown's hair from Back to the Future. Coming in number 2 is Monte Carlo, also known as Micromanthian's Monte Carlo. I think I pronounced that right. Another plant originating from South America, this is known to grow 1 to 2 inches in 3 months growth. Another reason why it's popular, all it takes is medium light and medium CO2 to grow. It makes it a very good alternative to HC. Now, this is one of the carpeting plants that I really highly suggest to people that don't have high CO2 and don't have high lighting. In medium conditions, this thing still grows a really nice carpet. And coming at number 1, first, message from my sponsors. Now, someday I'm gonna actually have a sponsor and surprise the hell out of you guys. So coming at number 1 is my all-time favorite, HC, known as dwarf baby tears. Also known as Hamanthelius coloactolides. Let's just call it HC. Now, although really tough plant to grow because it takes high lighting, high CO2, I love the shape of the leaves on the HC. It's clover-like. Not only that, the scale of the leaves are pretty small, so it'll look great in smaller aquascapes and smaller tanks. Hailing from North America, this sucker grows 1 to 2 inches in 3 months growth. If you saw my dry start method video, this stuff grows really green and lush. And given the right conditions and your aquascape, you could make rolling hills of this stuff. But remember, this stuff is hard to grow, so give it lots of light, lots of CO2, and lots of fertilization, and it will do you proud. Oh yeah, didn't I mention that I had an honorable mention? Something that might surprise you, maybe not surprise you? I'll tell you right now, this stuff is easy to grow. It's easy to get. And it's been in the hobby forever. The honorable mention, Java moss. Now, some of you guys might be saying, whoa, Chung, what are you talking about? Java moss? Look, in the aquarium hobby, we've been using Java moss for carpeting for a long time. It's just pain in the butt to grow as a carpet. Normally, you just grow it on a long piece of mesh and then place it under your substrate. And make sure you trim the heck out of it. Now I know for a fact that Java moss grows excellently well with the dry start method. Mince up the Java moss and mix it with some water. Paint it or lay it down on the substrate, and within 4 to 6 weeks it would have anchored itself into the substrate and create a carpet. Low light, low to no CO2, and give it a little fert. Just make sure you trim the heck out of it and boom, there you go. And you have a shrimp tank, your shrimps will love it. Now, these are just some carpeting plants that you would use for the dry start method. If you want to know more about dry start method, check out that video up on top. And there's tons more tutorials and discussions about aquariums on this channel, so if you're new, remember hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Now those are my top 5 carpeting plants. What are yours? Please leave a comment down below and let me know. Remember, hit that like button if this video helped you in any way. Have fun with those aquariums, and I'll see you in the next video.